This podcast may contain graphic and/or explicit content that may not be suitable for some listeners, especially kids like me. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to the Real Life Podcast, brought to you by the Thin Blue Line for Women. In this podcast, we open up and talk about real life issues as they relate to first responders. It's raw, it's real, and it's about time. I'm Tamara, your host. Thanks for joining me.
I want to thank the following people for monetarily supporting the Real Life Podcast: Yvette, Cami, Anne, Kathleen, Ernest, Paul, Katie, Susan, Ben, Lori, and Ron. Just for 99 cents a month. That's all that's needed. That 99 cents helps so much, and it goes directly to the program that I use to record the guests for the Real Life Podcast. If you'd like to donate, just click on the link that I always post on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and click on the word support. It has a $sign in the same box, and you can choose whatever total that you want to contribute every month, and you can cancel at any time. I truly, truly thank all of you for monetarily supporting. And if you can't monetarily support, just support us by sharing it on all of the platforms. Just share it with all of your friends and get the word out about the Real Life Podcast. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.
Don't forget, you can listen to the Real Life Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Casts, and on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Are you looking for Thin Blue Line gear? It's available on our website at thinbluelineforwomen.com. That's thinblueline, 4, women.com. Show your support for law enforcement and get your Thin Blue Line gear today. Just click on shop at thinbluelineforwomen.com.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. And there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm.
Before we start the show, I have one final commercial for you to listen to, and it's an important one from Forensic Training Unlimited in Southern California. You can find them and follow them on Twitter at Forensic187. Now listen to what they have to offer. Are you interested in CSI or forensics? The Forensic Science Academy program has been recognized as the premier training program completely dedicated to students who are launching their forensic career. The Academy offers specialized hands-on training modules in basic and advanced crime scene investigation, forensic photography, fingerprint identification and classification, crime scene management, and coroner investigations. Instruction is offered in the form of weekend workshops, online courses, webinars, and seminars. Training at the Academy of Forensic Science will give students the competitive edge employers and agencies are looking for when hiring. Past graduates are now working as crime scene investigators, private investigators, forensic pathologists, coroner investigators, forensic nurses, forensic accountants, and even criminalists. The courses are taught by forensic professionals who are experts in the field and hold membership in the International Association for Identification and other professional forensic organizations. For more information, visit forensicscienceacademy.org. Again, that's forensicscienceacademy.org. Welcome to the Real Life Podcast, and joining me today is Hector with Supreme Whiskey Stones. Hi, how are you today, Hector?
I'm doing good. Good morning. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, of course. So I see your posts on Twitter all the time from Supreme Whiskey Stones, and that's supremewhiskeystones.com. And so I just thought that it would be really cool to have you on the show to talk about your product. Now, you're also a law enforcement officer, right?
Correct.
And you're full-time?
Yeah, full-time officer.
That's awesome. So I love businesses, and I love supporting businesses that are veteran owned and law enforcement owned. And I'm sure a lot of people out there don't know that about Supreme Whiskey Stones, but yes, law enforcement owned. So that's awesome. Why don't we start, before we talk about Supreme Whiskey Stones and all the cool product you have, why don't we talk about a little bit of your law enforcement field? Like just like, when did you know that you wanted to become a law enforcement officer? You know, things like that. Like, was it from a very young age, or did you all of a sudden, you know, one day when you were 20 just say, yeah, I want to go in law enforcement? Or how did that work out for you?
Well, I've been on the job for roughly 15 years. And what happened was I have a computer background. So I used to work for a big company doing their network administration, like their security, basically their firewalls. And I just could not work in an office. So I have a lot of family on the job. So I'm like, you know what, let me look into law enforcement. And then from there, I just fell in love with it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
you've been on 15 years already?
Yeah.
Wow. That's nice. So let's see, when can you retire? Because I know a lot of people talk about retirement. Is that too early for you to talk about, since you've only been on for 15 years?
No, I'm actually just, honest to God, this might sound bad, but I'm just hoping to do 20 and out.
I know, right? No, it doesn't sound bad. I did 20 and I was out. I loved my career. But you know, I raised my daughter by myself. So that came first, you know. It's like, okay, I'm done with my 20, I'm out of here, because my family was just more important. My daughter was my family, and she's just more important to me.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
There's nothing wrong with doing your 20 and going. So what was your academy like? Did you have a hard academy? Was it easy? Was it super hard? Was it like military, paramilitary?
No, our academy, it's pretty hard, but you know, it was a lot of fun. 6 months in the academy, and then you're on the streets for about a year and a half before you're off your probation. But yeah, it was, I wouldn't say, it's actually, it's pretty difficult academy.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Ours was 6 months long too. I remember that. But are you in a PD or a sheriff's department?
PD. So I'm with Chicago.
So you don't have to work the jail then?
No.
Okay. So, yeah. Cause I had to work the jail first, then go to patrol, and then go to whatever your specialty was. Okay.
Yeah. So we're in the academy for 6 months. And then from there, you know, out on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah. In Chicago. Oh my gosh. Let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah.
So you said your whole family's in law enforcement, or a lot of your family. So they're still in?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have it runs through your blood for sure, for real.
Yeah.
Now,
you know, different, you know, agencies, you know, like, you know, you have your sheriffs, you have your federal agents, you know, so it's like pretty broad as far as in the family, as far as law enforcement goes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have any funny stories from the academy or from work that you can share?
There's like so many, and it's like, you know, if you're a police officer, you just can't make them up. When you tell somebody, they're like, no, that's not true. And they're like so true. It's like, let me think of, I'm
That's
already
kind of our
laughing 'cause
motto, right?
there's
You can't make this stuff up.
yeah, you cannot make it up.
We have to hear a
Uh,
funny story. Come on. It's got to
yeah,
be
what do you
something.
think?
Well,
I don't know. It's
maybe
like
you
what's
can't.
funny to me might not be funny to you. Know
I
what I mean?
know. Yes, I know. And sometimes
uh,
you can't really say what's funny on the air either. Because,
yeah,
yeah.
that's true. I'll think of one right now, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So then how did you get interested or how did you get into Supreme Whiskey Stones? Because where did that come from?
Well, it's a
Like,
pretty cool story. What happened was one day drinking with my buddies, actually holding a glass in my hand, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool to actually etch my badge on here, put my badge on here? They thought I was crazy. So I was determined to do it. So from there, I like researched it and then started engraving with the, bought the machine and got into like engraving. And then from there, it just took off. And the
wow.
Whiskey Stones was like an addition. I started with that actually at first to like learn to engrave the actual homemade, like handcrafted boxes that they come in.
Oh,
So
wow.
went through a lot of those, but yeah, everything is self-taught. So
That's amazing. And it's not a franchise. This is your business.
yeah, I own it. It's mine. And
Oh,
then, a lot of people still don't know I own it because I'm not out there like flashy. Hey, look at I own a business. No, it's just like, it's out there. I don't even
well,
know how to explain
you
that.
don't have to be flashy, hey, I own a business, but you do need to promote that thing because, man, Thin Blue Line people, even fire department, I mean, all the first responders, they love products like this. And like I said, I look at Twitter and I see your posts come across and I see all your product and it's awesome. I love it. And especially the one with the bullet in it. There's a glass that you have a bullet going through it, or it's inside of the side of it. I love that.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, let me talk about some of your products. So I'm on your website and I can see, so there's glasses with bullets, which are totally cool. There is a glass with a cigar cutout. That's cool. Guys love that. There's, I like that there's Thin Blue Line and Thin Red Line. So you've got both. There's the Punisher. Let's see, you have decanters, humidors. Oh, and I found a lady's wine glass, 15-ounce wine glass.
Yeah. We have a couple of those thin red line, thin blue line with or without bullet, clear with bullet, without bullet. Yeah. Can't forget about the ladies.
Yeah, exactly. And where did the breast cancer awareness wine glass come from? How did you fit that in there?
Oh, that was just one of our customers that reached out to us. She's like, could you do something custom for me? My grandmother, she drinks wine, wondering if you can do this. She sent over a logo and then our graphics guy just cleaned it up a little.
Oh, that's nice. So now you just sell it. I mean, that's just in your inventory.
Yeah, we just sell it. And then we send, proceeds of that go to the breast cancer awareness.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know that. Nice. Okay. So what else can you?
I'm sorry to cut you off. What was that?
No, go. No, you go ahead. The breast cancer awareness glass.
Oh yeah, like the majority of our products, like everything we sell, like portions of it go towards like PTSD, anything helping out military and law enforcement.
Okay, that is something that we need to know. Let's talk about that. So if someone orders a product, how do they know where it's going? I mean, how do we know which one it's going to?
When we actually, like right now, we're in the process of we're collaborating with I'm trying to think of the name of the foundation offhand right now. It's
Well, you can get that to me later, and I'll make sure that I put it on Twitter when I post the podcast. That way, people can see it.
Yeah, because we sponsor various organizations. When they're running, we'll give them a promo code, and they'll run it for so long, and whoever buys whatever, portions of it will go towards whatever.
Oh, I see. So it's not all the time. It's just hit and miss. It's like whenever. Yeah. That's okay. I like that. That's cool. That way you can do different ones too.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
The new one we're coming up with is going to be actually 24/7. That's actually a big one that we're working on. Just had a meeting
Oh, okay.
last Friday on that. So,
Tell us about 24/7. Can you say anything about that?
well, no, actually, that one's just in the work. Just basically, it's going to be
Okay.
our whole line. We have a bunch of new products coming out, and it's exciting. The company's growing like really quick.
But what's 24/7? I don't know what that is.
Oh, no, 24/7 meaning that,
Oh, it's going to be just all the time.
yeah, all the time.
Oh, I thought that was the name of a of a company. Okay, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, yeah.
Gotcha. That's really good. I didn't know that some of your proceeds went to that. That's really nice.
Yeah.
So tell us more about your Supreme Whiskey Stones.
What would you like to hear? I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. I'm just like nervous.
Oh gosh, anything. Oh, you don't have to be nervous. You're just on a podcast that everyone's going to listen to. No big deal.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that it's law enforcement owned. I think that's one of the biggest things. People really do like shopping online, and they like shopping at places that are veteran owned and law enforcement owned. So I think that kudos to you. I'm happy you're doing this, and it's hard to be a law enforcement officer and work full time and do a business on the side. Okay, so let me ask you this. So since you are full time and you're doing your business as well, you just told me that you make all your own products. So how do you have time to do that?
I sleep like maybe 3 to 4 hours a day.
Oh
you
my
just get
gosh.
used to it. Yeah. It's just something
That's not good.
yeah. So, and then, I have a team of, there's a total of 4 of us. So 3 other people help out,
Oh, okay.
but if it's like something like complicated, like I'll do it, the etching as far, but we're going to bring more people on because like I said, we're growing.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a fun company. I like it because, we're law enforcement and, we're trying to give back to, our brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
first responders, always trying to help out when we can.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then our
Now,
products
what?
are pretty cool. We ship worldwide, like everywhere. Like,
Oh, I didn't know that either. See, I don't. In my business, Thin Blue Line for Women, I only ship here in the United States. So maybe I should consider doing worldwide. It's so expensive. I don't know how you do it.
well, we ship so much. We have like a good rate with UPS,
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't. Good
Yeah,
for
the more you
you.
ship, the cheaper it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's how you keep your costs down. Now, what if somebody were to contact you and ask you to make something specific? Like you just said, that breast cancer awareness glass came from a special customer, like a special request. Can people do that? And how do they reach you? Do they just go on supremewhiskeystones.com?
Yeah. So the way it works is we get like the majority of our orders are custom because everybody
okay.
wants something different. So what they do is, they go to our website, pick whatever glass they want, and then they'll send over their logo or
Okay.
whatever design they want. We'll look at it, see if it's always doable, but it's just like you have to look at the detail where they want it on the glass. Is it going to be clear? Is it not going to be clear? So, you got to discuss that with them. And once we, look it over, we'll send them a proof so that they, they know what they're going to see on the glass. And if they like it, then we'll start the etching process.
Wow. So that's a lot of customer service. You're spending a lot of time with each customer.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're big into customer service because it's like, it's something like, so like we want it to be yours, personalize it, make it yours.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, I don't know if you've seen our glasses, like they're very detailed. Like here, actually,
I know. I wish we had, and I wish people can see it on video.
Just so that you could see, like, so this is going out for a sergeant, a Marine.
Oh, that's amazing. So what I'm looking at, everyone, oh, look at that. Okay, so what I'm looking at is his glass. How many ounces is that? Like a 6 ounce?
This is 11 ounce.
Oh, it is? Oh, gosh. Yeah. Okay. So it has a Thin Blue Line on the front, and then the back it has, Sergeant and his name and his patch that he wears. And then down at the bottom, which is awesome. Show me the bottom again. Yeah, is the Marine emblem. That's in the bottom of the glass. That is so neat.
So we get
I love that.
a lot of military orders. So they start off like clear.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, he didn't want a bullet, so there's no bullet. I don't know if you noticed
Right.
that.
Yeah, I did notice that.
And here are his sergeant chevrons,
Yes,
and then the EGA.
that is so neat. Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to want the bullet because that you have to be like, either a person that really loves the range or really loves guns or the Second Amendment, things like that. Not everyone's going to want the bullet, but the bullet is cool. I love how it goes in that glass. It's totally neat.
Actually, over the weekend, they reached out to me. We're going to do an order for a wedding, and they want wine glasses with bullets in them, but clear. So,
wow, for a wedding?
Yeah, so we do weddings
amazing.
too. Like, basically, we engrave anything and everything. So that's what we are known for. Like, the Thin Blue Line bullet glasses, but we're really known for our engraving.
So here's a suggestion for you then, because I have never seen a picture come across Twitter with wedding glasses. So maybe take a picture of one of those and put it up there, and I'll retweet it for you. Get it out there.
Cool. Thank you.
I mean, hey, our followers get married, right?
Yeah.
Once in a while. That would be so cool. Once in a while.
And then, for example, here's another one. A lot of officers like this one, where they put their star on the base.
Yeah. So again, what I'm looking at, everyone listening to the podcast, is the same glass. It's got the Thin Blue Line flag, and then on the back, it's got their patch or their emblem, and then the actual department's patch on the bottom. I really love that. And see, I don't think I saw that on the website either. That's awesome.
Here's another thing, and I try to explain this to people. So we've been in business for, I don't know, going on 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We do put a lot of our designs out there, and then we don't, because we've had an issue with people taking our designs.
Oh, yeah. Copying your designs.
Yeah, and we actually had to close down like 3 companies they took our designs, they took our product, and they put it on their websites. And like,
oh no,
one time we were in Vegas, and one of our lawyers called us, we got a call from so-and-so, hey, your product's on so-and-so's website.
Oh,
We're like, what? And it was like, it was a late night. We're waking up. I'm like, am I hearing things? Whatever. And then sure enough, went on there and, had to do a cease and desist. And, it was a pain.
Wow.
But yeah, so far through your website. So that's why people are like, well, where are your designs? Like, you could find them on like Facebook, Instagram, but a lot of our designs we really don't put out there. And people are like, well, we didn't know you did that. Well, there's a reason, because
that makes sense.
Next thing you know, it's like, man, this guy's local and he's doing the same thing,
Oh, yeah. Okay. So everyone listening, just remember that if you go to his website, supremewhiskeystones.com, and you don't see something, that doesn't mean you can't get it.
Yeah, because everything is, like we put out there, everything is custom. So anything can be done.
Anything. Okay, that's awesome. Good to know.
I said, we basically laser etch and, engrave everything and anything, we're getting into the guns now, the magazines. So it's just going to keep, getting bigger and bigger as far as like what we're going to be putting out there.
Yeah, and Christmas is coming. I mean, it's just around the corner. Do people order Christmas glasses, or, I don't know, like Halloween glasses, Thanksgiving, Christmas? Is that like a big market?
As far as Christmas, like we're busy, but we don't have anything specific for Christmas.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's just gifts.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh, I can hear your dog in the background. Hi, puppy.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2. They're, she's a puppy, but she's 114 pounds.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, she's just a year old, so.
All right, so Hector with Supreme Whiskey Stones, thank you for coming on and talking about your product. We are going to you're going to offer a 10% off code to everyone between September 1st and September 15th of 2020. And that 10% off code is Thin Blue Line for women. Is that right?
Correct. So it's Thin Blue Line, the number 4, and then the word women.
Okay. So 10% off between now, well, September 1st. Who knows when people are listening to this, but it expires on September 15th, 2020. So if you're listening to this podcast and it's September 14th, you need to jump on it because it ends September 15th. 10% off, Thin Blue Line, the number 4 women. And Hector, thank you so much for being on. Again, it's supremewhiskeystones.com. And is there an email that goes along with that, or do they just get on Supreme Whiskey Stones and hit a contact us button?
Well, you could hit contact us. There's always a live chat, and also the web address connected to that is info at supremewhiskeystones.com.
Oh, that's easy. Just add the info in front of it. Okay, perfect.
And then, like I said, you could send over your design. Our graphics guy, we'll look over it, let you know if it's doable. Like I said, it's always doable, but we want to make sure like you're getting something crisp, because a lot of people will, hey, we could do it, but then when you get it, it's all like bunched up and there's no detail.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I'm big into detail, and I want to make sure like, the customer's happy. Like I tell everybody like, hey, would you drink out of this glass, or would you give someone this glass? It's just, that's
of course. Yeah, of course. Well, I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you coming on talking about your product. And I hope that you get some orders, because your product is really awesome. I'm going to have to go on there and order something. I was looking the other day, but what I wanted, it was out of stock. So I'll have to pick something else. So
our cigar glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a waiting list because they're like hand blown. So they take a little while.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And it's like, they're pretty nice. So not that they're pretty nice. They are nice, but it's just
they are nice.
We're always like running out of stock on those. It's like, as soon as we get them in, people are waiting for them. And it's like, hey, give me 6, give me 8. And then.
Yeah, but that's good. I mean, that's great business for you. And again, law enforcement owned. I love it. Let's support law enforcement right now,
Yeah.
So wait, before we go, did you think of a funny story?
Well, there's one. Yeah, it's funny. Well, it's funny to me because I could still picture it with my old partner.
Okay.
So, we responded to a call, and then, to make a long story short, we get there, and, those Starbucks trucks, the short ones that they make deliveries, the guys like, delivering stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that was delivering stuff, he broke his back. So we just see like a hand hanging out of the back of the bed of the truck.
Oh.
So we go to see, what's going on, and come to find out, he broke his back. So call an ambulance. They, take him away. He's fine. So we're waiting there while another guy comes to pick up the Starbucks truck. So on these trucks that deliver the food, there's a side door, and then there's the door on the back. So it's parked on the corner. I don't know if you could picture this. I could totally picture it. So the truck's at a stop sign pointing, the right way.
Uh-huh.
And the second door that I'm talking about is to the left. So like when you hop out, traffic comes that way, traffic.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So we're watching him, and he's like, I'm here to pick up the truck. He's like, I'm going to go through the back, but then come out the side to make sure everything's okay. So, we're watching him, and, he's just excited that he's going to get the truck out of there. He's in a hurry. So he hops out in the back. And then as he's coming out of the side door, there's this big Explorer, big SUV that's like flying. Like, we don't even have enough time to tell, this lady to slow down. So he opens the side door and just jumps out.
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, oh no, this guy's a goner.
Oh no.
And I'm sorry, I'm laughing. That's just, we're like, this is bad. So the lady stops. She sees us watching the truck, and she just realized what happened. And she like smiles and puts her hands up like she doesn't know what to do. Yeah. So we're like, oh man, let's go over there, because I'm sure we're going to have to call an ambulance. So as she's driving away slowly.
Did she hit him? Did she hit him?
Well, we thought she did as she's driving away slowly. This guy jumped out and made himself so skinny he plastered himself up against the truck. I'll never forget it because we're like, oh my God, we're freaking out. Like not freaking out, but we're like, did this just happen? And then the lady driving the SUV was like in shock. Like she even pulled over, but she was like smiling and her hands were in the air. I'll never forget it. And it's like, we're like, oh my God, does this just happen? And then as the truck's driving away slowly to pull over, he's like pressed up against the truck. He made himself so skinny. I don't even know how he did it so fast. It's unreal. Like it's
he
like
didn't want to get smashed.
Yeah, one of the stories where you just had to be there. But
yeah. No, I could picture it happening, and that's funny. He did not want to get smashed, so he made himself skinny. That's funny.
Yeah, it was like there's so many stories, but yeah, that's one that I was thinking of. But
I remember so many stories from mine. But I mean, like you said, that people won't get it. They won't laugh. They'll be like, "That's not very funny." But at the moment in time, it is, And you have to laugh on this job. It is so stressful, and such long hours. I mean, you have to find something to laugh at. My gosh.
Oh, I know.
You're not going to get through the day.
Yeah, you have to stay sane, It's like
we're not laughing
right now, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm just like a happy-go-lucky person. It's rare to see me mad or bothered, no matter the situation. That's just me, You got to make the best of it. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and I'm not even going to go into taking a break and then coming back and talking to you about what's going on in our world today, because it'll be like a 2-hour podcast, and then I'm going to get mad, and you might get mad. I might see you mad for the first time, but we're not going to go into that. We're not going to talk about that. I try to keep my podcast upbeat and happy, and we don't need to talk about negative stuff. We're here to talk about SupremeWhiskeyStones.com and how you can get wonderful product owned by Hector out of Chicago, law enforcement officer. So again, that 10% off code is Thin Blue Line for women. Thin Blue Line, the number 4 women, and it's good through September 15th, 2020. So go on SupremeWhiskeyStones.com and just browse the website and see if there's anything that you like. All right, Hector, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. The Real Life Podcast was recorded and is being made available by Anchor.fm and its affiliates solely for the informational and entertainment purposes. The information, statements, comments, views, and opinions provided and/or expressed on the Real Life Podcast are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, and are responsible for all show content and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the agencies and communities that the guests may serve. Some parts of the Real Life Podcast may contain adult content intended for people who are 18 years of age or older. Please listen responsibly.